Hello, everybody. I'm Tim Lesmeister. I wish I could be there right now, but I'm down here in sunny Florida. When my son Jason moved up to Ely, Minnesota, right out of high school to spend the summers with his friend Jeff DeToffel, whose parents had just purchased Olson Bay Resort, I would have never dreamed it would secure for me a friendship that would endure. That friendship was with Bill Slaughter. Bill was helping the DeToffels with projects around the resort and building a successful guiding business. I was on the road to becoming one of the more prolific outdoor communicators in the country. Our timing was perfect. The Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness has always been a hot destination for explorers around the world. Bill provided the needed services to make sure those wishing to get a glimpse of this pristine wilderness region had the resources to make it happen. Because of his knowledge, which was honed through his many years exploring every facet of the area, he could provide the ultimate trip to those that wanted a guide and someone to provide all the necessary equipment. We initially bonded on our maiden voyage to the Narrows up on Crooked Lake, one of Bill's favorite places. With my son and a couple other friends, we spent 5 glorious days chasing walleyes, pike, and bass, and we got to know one another. We had chemistry and became instant friends. From then on, everything I did that encompassed the Boundary Waters included Bill Slaughter. One of our first trips was to take a group of outdoor communicators to the Cowish River for Coleman companies, and it was a huge success. This led to excursions with some of the top communicators in the country, like John Huzar and Ken Schultz, for a winter camping trip to the upper reaches of Basswood Lake. This led to a segment on the Today Show. One of the television shows we did with Ron Shera Productions was titled Gator and Grouse, and it won a regional Emmy Award. The amount of outdoor writers and photographers, television personalities, and outdoor influencers that crossed Bill's path is vast when it comes to the sheer volume of content that Bill Slaughter was responsible for. Yet he always remained humble. Bill always kept that incredible sense of humor and never let the fame he acquired turn him into something he wasn't. He remained that great guy who always had an interesting story to tell. He was the best angler in the Boundary Waters region, and no one will ever question that. I asked the guy at the bait shop one time what it takes to catch the big pike on Lake Shagawa, and he told me, just go fish for them with Bill Slaughter. Not the technique I was expecting, but I went with Bill and we caught big pike. Bill wasn't just my go-to guy for business trips. I often just traveled up to Bill's place when he had an open moment just to hang out. We might go fishing or grouse hunting, but sometimes we would just hang out at his place on the river and tell stories and laugh and plan our next adventures. Bill's gone now, but he will never be forgotten. He made too huge of an impression on the many people's lives he touched. Letting them into his world for just a brief moment was all it took to create a memory that can never go away. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, the minute he stepped through the pearly gates of heaven, he threw Jesus' square-stern Grumman canoe on his back. He carried it over to heaven's Mudrow Lake. He tossed it in. He strapped on a 10-horse Johnson outboard, and he hightailed it up to the Narrows on heaven's Crooked Lake. His favorite place in God's paradise right now, I'm sure. He's pounding 30-inch walleyes, 44-inch pike, and 23-inch smallmouth bass and loving every minute of it. I hope he's planning on picking me up when I get there because I want to take that ride with him again. I don't want you to rest in peace, Bill. I want you to bust your ass on those heavenly wilderness waters and show all those pilgrim angels how the Master catches the big ones. They are in for a real treat now that you have arrived. God bless you, and thanks for all the great memories, Bill. We'll miss you.